afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here, an exciting 1 vs 1 on Nexus. In the west, it's Deimos, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland, das Vaterland. Rolling out here with the... let's just say 7th Panzer Division in the east. It is Leon, fighting for the Soviet Union, socialism, Comrade Stalin, the glorious Red Army. Taking on the role here of the 1st Guards tank corps. We got elite troops, we got Storm Doctrine, we got German infantry, 2 doctrines with Storm Supply with infantry, machine gun Panzerfaust, which is counter infantry, and mine bulletins, versus shock rifle, tank hunter, and counter-attack tactics with engineer, penal trooper, and shock trooper bulletins. And certainly 2 doctrines with shock troopers in them. There's a high likelihood he's going to be going for those. Similarly, the Deimos is a high likelihood we'll be seeing some stormtroopers. Grenadiers heading out here. MD42 as well. They're heading southwards. An interesting move. Some players I feel like, at least, and sort of I've seen on Nexus, head northwards when they're sort of west. And similarly, others were southwards of the east Nexus. But in this case, the Deimos is heading southwards. An interesting move there. I mean, in terms of just how like they met favours, there's not a massive difference, I think, but it's certainly interesting nonetheless to note that there are certain patterns players tend to take when it comes to that sort of map openings. Anyways, Conscript Engineers saying northwards, 3rd Conscript on the way there. Of course, they can always change sort of rapidly from a short period of time, or suddenly there's a sort of new, shall we say, map meta depending on the map. All the way Grenadiers on the way. Then note Deimos, I think, is sort of roughly top 30, if not around rank 25 with the Wehrmacht. Leon is top 100, top 90, I think around rank 86. So below both are highly skilled players. Sengalis got the setting out. Ground points in the south. Sandbags down there as well. Very fair work there. Conscript setting out. Note of course Sandbags are barred wire here by the fuel point as well. Grabbing the munitions. Lining up the Grenadiers to work together. MD42 moving about. He seems there's a bit of uncertainty where his opponent might strike. And that's something here that Leon could exploit since the machines will be caught here setting up. Will he Urad? What will he do? And there we go. We got the Urad. We got Molotovs off here. And the MD42 is too slow. It usually takes a second or two, if not longer, to sort of begin to actually find units set up here. Catching Deimos' MD42 in a really bad spot. We got more Grenadiers on the way there for Deimos. Up north, Conscripts here. Shots fired down a small and narrow alley-ish thing there. Got Molotov off here. Still trying to fight here nonetheless. Hoping that Deimos isn't paying attention. Still around the fine. There you go. Otto dead. Calf points being hit there. Nice play there. We got the info joining. He was activated by time. Introduction did not pursue as aggressive as he could there. Perhaps a bit of nose side. Up north, Grenadiers versus Conscript continuously. Grenadiers have taken quite a bit of damage from the Molotov. Conscript on their own still don't stand much of a chance, but they nonetheless were able to extract a much higher toll here on Deimos than there was might have. I mean, again, 1 Conscript was 2 Grenadiers is not exactly favored for the Conscript with the Molotov. The Grenadiers 1 squad was almost forced to retreat. In fact, like, we'll have to retreat in helmets, not in a good condition either. So, I mean, again, a Molotov in the right place can be really effective for the Soviets. Fun note there. Comes there, forced to retreat. Engineers there. Dealing with the Grenadiers. Conscript there, pushing back the Grenadiers. They're almost wiping that. In fact, that'd be pretty huge here against Deimos in the early game. Get a wipe there on the Grenadiers. Bit of a hole in his budget there in terms of manpower there for Deimos. That happened. We got medics on the way there. So triple conscripts only, and then medics and Molotovs. A very interesting opening there by Leon. MD42 grabbing the point here. Back here we have no tech up yet. Probably going to be building a medic bunker soon though. So these guys again have taken quite a bit of damage. In particular, this squad is in no condition to really keep fighting us the surge. There you go, MD42 joining in there. Note the fluid and active manner which Deimos uses MD42. Again, usually high Wehrmacht stuff. So thumbs up there to Deimos. Got the first doctrine here. It is counter-attack tactics. Great surprise there. Great shock, if you will. So we'll definitely need some shock troopers. Concentrating southwards there for Leon. Gonna say including one not even at, well, roughly at half health. Got take up there, so it looks like Deimos is going to wait with the medic bunker there. Could also be he's planning here German infantry, in which case, of course, veteran squad leaders can also, be used sort of long term. There we go. German infantry, that likely means veteran squad leaders to sort of do the healing long term, since they can do it for free then. Plus, you also have stormtroopers that can heal themselves. There you go, MD4 took in by the fuel point. Again, it's a bit risky there what Deimos is doing, but if Leon sort of keeps moving about the way he does and doesn't anticipate, it can work out to an extent. Of course, you can see there again, the MD4 also has a bit of a slow traverse. Kinda almost managed here, but in the end, though, Leon is able to overwhelm it. There we go, then a mistake there by Deimos. Puts your white P on the MD42. Oh, failed to pop the Molotov here, which I think he's going for it now, but it's going to be a bit too late there. Missed an opportunity to possibly get a wipe down the MD-42. Deimos going for the 250 half-track, the lighter Panzer Speerwagen. Grabbing the northern fuel point here for the glorious Fahrtland. Supporting company up there. He's going to have to need a field gun here, or, well, like the anti-tank grenade, so a chance to stop the 250 half-track. Otherwise, Deimos could quickly go through Leon's forces like cholera through 19th century London. Was it 18th century? I think it was 18th century. Then again, London and good plumbing. Yeah. Anyway, shock troopers out there for Leon. 250 half-track on the way. Pioneers with flamethrowers, that's like going to be sort of initial popping. If he later goes for stormtroopers, he can pop those with MP40s inside the 250 half-track, because that really eats through, you know, Soviet infantry like, I don't know, radiation. In the south here we got MG4 moving down versus conscripts dug in here by the southern fuel point. Up north, shock troopers bringing their grenadiers though. Not really the best position to withstand the shock troopers. Particularly pops a smoke grenade. In the south we got the half-track moving in there, rolling ahead for the final MG42. They're dealing with one counter squad. And there you go, that's going to be a wrap. Noting, of course, no anti-tank grenades yet, so he is absolutely at the mercy here of Deimos and Deutschland. We got the anti-tank grenades on the way, but the problem is until then, again, the 250 half-track has got free range here against Leon and the 1st Guards tank. We got the northern fuel planning ceased. More grenadiers on the way for Deimos, as he did lose the grenadier squad there. Bit unfortunate, though great for Leon. For how long it lasts, and again, he's about to get hit by the mechanized menace. More grenadiers out there for Deimos. No veteran squad leaders so far being handed out. Back here, troops reinforcing. Units retreating, since they obviously do not wish to be on the receiving end of the 250 half-track flamethrower pioneer combo. Shops are being assaulted by it as well. He could pop a smoke grenade here. Salam grab the point without necessarily taking too much damage here from it. Interesting enough, Leon does not pop the smoke grenade. There we go. Bit late, and he should have popped it on the unit itself rather than where he figured the half-track would be. Since that way, again, he couldn't have shot at them. That's too late for that now. I wonder if we'll try and take him. There you go. You can see that Leon has finally learned. He's learned how he sort of sets up the MU42, though of course he keeps moving it at times, so I mean that might help, but still, he's going for a much deeper flank. He's using the terrain to further obscure the movement of his men. Thumbs up there to Leon. Leon learns. That's lovely. Up north there, 250 half-track being repaired. Pioneers bring in there. Go flank and aim forward in the south. Deimos immediately also retreat there. Stormtroopers was almost good to go there with the MP40s. They're just waiting for them to arrive. Up here, grenadiers for veteran squadrons dealing with the Russian infantry, but they are, well, so the infantry are a bit outnumbered here. We'll have to fall back soon. 250 half-track going in. Stormtroopers sneaking up here, trying to take advantage of the cover that gets to move through the terrain to get closer and closer, and then spring the assault in the conscripts. If Leon doesn't realise what's going on fast enough, he could see a wipe here. That'd be pretty bad for Leon, obviously, but pretty great for Deimos and Germany. There you go. Tactical advantage, increase the damage since they get a fat accuracy boost there. Almost taking out the counters there, but not quite. Still, very nasty flank there. Good work there by Deimos, a patient player. Of North Grenadiers with the conscripts, but it's going to be a tricky that one. The Grenadiers for veteran squadrons deal more damage, can take a bit more. At least they're harder to kill for infantry, but the conscripts aren't large in numbers. But looks like the Grenadiers are going to win this one out, though. It's going to be really close. Yeah, nice work there. But shock troopers here could turn the tables there on Deimos pretty rapidly. Ooh, popping a grenade, I think you should just try getting in the way there to wipe them out more consistently with submachine gun fire, so might get a wipe here. More pioneers on there for Deimos, and he didn't get the grenadier wipe there, unfortunately there. No take up yet for Deimos though, and Deutschland meanwhile Leon is pushing for tanks to withstand the fascist threat. MG42 being hold forts in the northern fuel point. In the south, stormtroopers hiding about there, 3 kills, half each veterans to 1. And Leon will soon be able to push the T-spin against Deimos, which is going to be a bit of a problem there for Deimos, and currently he has absolutely no anti-tank weapons. The best he can master is Panzerfaust, but he's out of Pack 40s. Yep, he hasn't even built the light mechanized company. He's got no Panzerschrecks. They could theoretically upgrade the Stormtrooper if it gets that far. And I mean, he's got no armor obviously either. So it's going to be interesting to see how Deimos handles this. He's building the light mechanized company now, and we got the T's on the way there for Leon and the glorious Red Army. MD4 heading northwards, got grenadiers watching the centre, and the south storm to remain in ambush, being used a bit more defensively here as a flank guard, and really nasty just people around there for Leon to have to deal with. Oh dear, bit of a pathing issue that seems happens at times with the territory points, with air points. Oh no! Thing is, units inside the half-techs take a lot of damage from anti-tank grenades. It doesn't really happen with scout cars or for example like that, but the 250 half-tech units inside just take heavy damage from anti-tank grenades. Not entirely sure what's up with that. Either way, the full wipe then Deimos 250 half-tech flamethrower pioneer is gone. That is a lot of resources gone there. And that's just, 50 munitions there for Leon. So pretty bad news there for Deimos. His MD42 there's also getting swarmed here. He's going to treat that one soon. He was, I think, trying, heroic defense here, but ended up being a bit of a foolish defense. Either way, T7 sending in here, and things could be spiraling out of control here for Deimos. Like a dam breaking and a tide of socialism flooding in. Here by the eastern point, Grenadiers being assaulted by the T-70 light tank, engaging with its 45mm cannon. Pack forward in the way for Deimos to try and stabilise the front against Soviet armor. Mines being laid down the Leon, very good. Tries to push any advantage he's got. Deimos is yet to take up. Obviously, it's not going to do that anytime soon, but again, how he has the T-70 is another question. No mines, I think, been laid down there by Deimos, and he has no way of, say, catching off a T-70 by, a bit of an explosive surprise. And now the Stormtroopers find their surprise ruined because they stuck a bit too close there to the outside of the wall there. Being routed here by the T-70. Chance of getting wiped there would be quite unpleasant for Deimos obviously, since that'd be a lot of manpower just gone. Plus a lot of potential kills gone. In this case, the Grenadiers are able to save it, but it's still pretty close there for Deimos. They lost those Stormtroopers. Pretty close. Pioneers hunting about. They're not entirely sure what he's thinking with those. Still, Leon is grabbing a fat chunk of the map. Now, he's bringing out a field gun since he's clearly worried about enemy armor for very obvious reasons. He's not had most of the map fuel here compared to Deimos for a bit. So bringing out the field gun ensures he's insured against, fast Stug or Ostwind or Panzer IV there from Deimos. Bit more infantry could be a nice idea there for Leon, though. But anyway, so obviously he's rushing in the T-70, though. Rather risky there. Should have at this point be figuring that the Pack 40 is very much a big possibility, but seems like it could also have been a pathing issue, I guess, with just the T-70, he ordered to take another path, which happens, and then it just goes for the straightforward one anyways, even if you set up waypoints for it. I've had that happen a few times. It's a bit annoying, to put it very mildly. Oh, he forgot about it, and Deimos did not, rushing in his Pack 4 now. Oh, we got here Assault and Hold, very nice. Bit of an overlooked ability in German Infantry. It's overall very strong. I believe it gives a 25% accuracy bonus to your infantry, which is great, but also have to grab territory faster, which combined is pretty solid and can allow you to make some pretty great pushes. Works in particular well with units like the Stormtroopers or the Panzers with a high, rate of fire weapons, but also, of course, works quite well with the Grenadiers. So, thumbs up there to Deimos to use an RC overlooked ability within the doctrine. We'll have to see what Leon goes for next. We'll try and take up, go for K1s. We'll be going for more T-70s, S-26s, infantry, support weapons. I mean, he's got plenty of options, though. Probably not this one, which is to charge straight into all these, still blazingly awesome Stormtroopers with assault and hold. There you go. Finally wears off, but nonetheless, constantly took heavy damage. Oh, he got one. He even popped assault and hold there. I feel that was a bit of a wrong timing there with this. Oh, not assault and hold, but tactical advance there. Still, he ended up doing a lot of damage to the conscripts, but I don't think that was quite worth a full Stormtrooper squad there for Deimos. And might just give Leon a bit more breathing room to sort of push forwards again with. I mean, he's got most of the map now. He's almost got both fuel points, and Leon is taking ahead there. Very, very good for him. Deimos, though, is also taking up. Also very good, but he risks being a bit behind here, Leon, in some ways, maybe. Depending, of course, how well Leon can hold the fuel. But there you go, Deimos. Well, this is immediately heading for at least one of the cutoff points here, so that way slow down Leon's otherwise abrasively fast fuel income, and ensure he doesn't get crashed under a 5-year plan of tanks. 5 years tanks worth of plans. 5 years plan worth of tanks. There we go. By the way, mechanized armor company almost down there for Leon and the first Guards tank corps. We got the point of being seized. Over here, the support corps can soon be built, but even then, tech-wise, he's a bit behind. Then he needs to build it, and then he can begin pushing out armor. At least he's been able to ensure that Leon can't push out a tank too fast here with the use of the Harassment on the CoH point and in the other fuel point there. Enough, he doesn't go for the CoH point there still. Leon is going to be getting a lot of fuel here, even briefly. And we got another assault and hold. Really, thumbs up to Deimos here. One of my favourite abilities in the game, so it's nice to see others, you know, appreciate the strength of assault and hold. Comes there pushing back the Grenadiers, even with assault and hold a bit unnumbered. We got fresh stormtroopers out here for Deimos once more appearing here from Goering's pawn stash. Grenadiers bringing it back up, but the MU-42 storms to the ground on the southern fuel point, and of course with assault and hold, as you can see, they're grabbing it a lot far. Oh, actually no, they don't, because the ability only applies to units in play. If a unit arrives, it actually doesn't get the ability affected on it. So that's actually very little bit interesting how they sort of use that ability. It's sort of applied to all units in play, but it's not just, you know, general sort of thing going on in that sense. Not necessarily something to think about, but it's, you know, worth pointing out here. Still lots of fuel harassment there from both players. Grenadiers MD42 moving towards to respond here to Leon's massive infantry flood. Mechanized armor carrier can soon begin pushing for a T-54 from 6. Deimos has yet to build this bomber core, suffering a bit their manpower to the Soviets. Second shock was squad out there by the way here for Leon. That puts him at 5 infantry squads versus 4 from Deimos. And of course 2 of them are heavily armoured and armed shock troopers. Stormtroopers hiding about there. Probably laughing at the shock troopers. Oh, look, it's this Helmut. Yeah, these things are hiding. We're hiding. But how do we deal with them, Fritz? Shut up, Helmut. Quick retreat there. I think he was trying to attack to advance somehow, hoping that could do the trick. If they were more veteran than shock troopers, you know, say veteran 3, they probably could have pulled it off, but veterancy 0 or veterancy 0, that's not quite working out there. Leon is going to push for the T-54 from 6, going for the faster tank here in this case. Not a bad idea at all. He can also follow up with K1 tanks. As for Deimos, we do have the Supplement crop. He can soon go for the Panzerkampfwagenfear. And soon Leon will have both fuel points under control again, which of course allow him to quickly follow up with more T-54s becomes necessary. Bring up H-6s, H-5s, and K1s. Deimos here launching a fight for the centre here. Shops are finding out as well here. One of these up close do not stand much of a chance here. And there you go, constant back up from the northern assault there as well, hitting a Deimos exposed northern flank. And we could see a complete rout here for Deimos and the German army, leaving the 7th Panzer Division out to dry there. T-54 from 6 almost done there for Leon. Very good. Very bad for Deimos though. He's going for the Panzer 4 though. The Panzerkampfwagenfear, workhorse of the German Panzerwaffe. Most produced tank actually. In fact, there's produced just a few hundreds of them, I think, or at least 1,000 fewer of them compared to the Stugs. And part of that is because A, they were switching Panzer 4 production towards Stugs, but also because in the final stages of the war, Hitler sort of set an artificial cap on how many Panzer 4s could be produced every month, further sort of making half of them to, you know, produce as many Panzer 4s as they could. So that's a little fun note there. T-54 from 6 setting out there for Leon. Flare mine goes off there. Goes again flanked by the T-54 from 6. Pack 40, Grenadiers, Stormtroopers ring in there. Shockers link to pop a smoke grenade. There we go. Benefits in both carving the machine guns live, but also the T-54s. So, nice work there by Leon. Still, Deimos is in a pretty sticky position. I mean, he's got 1 point, or 2 points left here at the sort of very edges of his base, but that's it. His opponent's now controlling most of the map, all the victory points, all the fuel points. Briefly, I think even all the munitions points, if not almost. I mean, he's controlling so much. He's getting so many more resources. I mean, he's getting almost 5 times as much fuel than his opponent. Munitions-wise, he's getting, well, at least 3 times. I mean, there's a lot there that is looking a bit rough there for Deimos. We'll have to see, of course, how Leon makes use of this huge resource influx compared with Deimos. They probably should be doing more to defend the southern fuel point. Oh, we've got the Panzer IV up there. It is going to give the Deimos a bit more extra edge here versus the Soviets, a bit more firepower. Panzer IV shoots, misses. Pack 40 they ground the southern point. 200 points left here for Deimos. The Germans starting to look a bit grim here, a bit desperate. He needs to work hard here against the socialist opponent in the south there. Big infantry push to the shock troopers and conscripts. Ready to flash out any fascist courts lingering around in the south. There we go. Noting those have not been upgraded with veteran squad leaders or the LMG-42 colonies that are coming. MG-4's going to be in there halfway to the ace level. Deimos, I think, needs to sort of head north and south more aggressive right now. Leon is digging in heavily in the centre, so rather than trying to get fascist head through that, he's just trying to outmaneuver his opponent. Chops are there being annihilated by the Panther Force from in, but there he goes. So flank is a bit exposed. Then we can see there that Leon is taking advantage of. Though we've got Stormtroopers going to coming the flank here, ambushing conscripts there. Tactical advance this time around, working out much better. Conscripts almost being annihilated in a flurry of bullets and death. T-54 and Siscon there doing heavy damage to the Panther 4. Pack 4 trying to catch up. The Stormtroopers could clear up the field gun here, leaving Leon in a bit of a sticky spot. Pack 4 is almost wiped out. Kennedy 74-2 they're finding as well. Deeper flank there by Leon is thwarted by the MD-42. Very nice. Pack 40 almost down. Panther 4 down. Comes there. Oh, he's popping for Mother Russia, increasing his firing speed on his infantry. Nice work there. Field gun trying to get away, but it's going to murder here. But the Stormtroopers are reaching what they can as well. Heavy damage to them. Both sides. Casualties piling up. Both sides are being brutally torn asunder here. In the end, though, it does seem like Deimos is winning this engagement. It's a bit close. Engineers swiped out. That's definitely a loss there for Leon. Has no way of repairing his tank. Fighting in the center, Cornelius versus Conscript. Cornelius could likely end up losing. Cornelius shouting at the T-54-76. Pack 4 they're being recruited. Need to get the T-54-76 out of there fast. Now the Panther 4 for Deimos. Leon can soon actually go for the K1 if he wants to. Though should also go for more infantry. He's lost the conscripts, engineers, and his field gun, which I imagine Deimos might try and grab. Molotov's off, and finding that the T-54-76. Can he get beyond the range of the Pack 40 here? Close fetching to them. More engineers on the left with Leon. Very good. Plus the K1. Heavy tank on the way there. Pack 40 being hauled forwards. That was an absolutely brutal engagement. Pioneers head to help spot for the Pack 40. And goes down. It was really close there for Leon, though. Really close, but in the end, nah, not enough. Second Panther 4 there riding for Deimos and the 7th Panzer Division. K1 was almost ready here for Leon and the glorious 1st Guards Tank Corps. Conscript shock troops there moving ahead. Back at healing enforcement. K1 almost done there for Leon. Convenies on watch. Panther fighting Salfords. Shock troopers on the move there. Halfway to veteran 3. Close to veterans 1. But in both cases, they don't really have a lot of options against the Panther except just throwing smoke grenades and trying to hope for the best. He didn't even do that, probably because he would have been crashed. Panther 4 moving in. Fun fact, one way of disabling a tank, not permanent of course, but sort of temporary, was actually to tie a pair of smoke grenades together and throw them over the gun barrel of the tank using the smoke grenades that way to just blind it. That was one way the Germans used, for example, back in the early stages of World War IV. They had stuff like the Panzerfaust and whatnot, and when the anti-tanks weren't effective against the T-34s. K1 then against the Panther 4, comes coming in there as well. If you can pen in the Panther 4 there, we could see Deimos in a bit of a sore spot, and there you go, damages the engine. You can get off an anti-tank grenade there. Deimos' Panther 4 is in deep shite, and there you go, heavy damage. Less than half health. K1 in great condition, there you go. Deimos punished here for extending his Panther 4 without infantry support by Leon, and now his Pack 40 is in trouble. Lexus is 3. So that, of course, would be classified as a pack as well by the Germans, I believe. In fact, they converted some to be sort of more packs. I can't quite remember the full name for that one. But they did do that, using the fact they even sort of rechambered them to use German ammunition. And they actually even mount them on their Armadas, specifically the Armada 2 series that they use of them. K1 tank, they're now trying to get away. They probably should, I think, try and get behind the wall here to make it a bit harder for them to get seen out there. And now we could see the tables turn there on and later on. Yep, K1 down. He got, I think, a bit too greedy there, and now Deimos just pushing it as much as he can across the front. He's down to 107 versus Leon's 479. The situation a bit desperate there. Of course, we can sort of just cause great harm there to his opponent. That's great. That's amazing. Storms are good to go once more here for Deimos and the 7th Panzer Division. Back here, troops in reinforcing. Shock troops going out to contest and to murder. Smoke grenade here, very nice work. And these can't intercede unless they want to get within range of the shock troopers, which I imagine Deimos is not particularly keen on. 106 versus 479. Shock storms using Salford, almost got the center victory point. Shock troops going for the northern flank, very nice. You can soon go for another Panzer. We'll have to see if Deimos can keep on and on alive for a bit longer. Smoke screen again, very good. Or smoke grenade. Rifle grenade this time around. And go deep flank with the shock troopers. Going to lose moving in. MB42 also there. As soon as he grabs it, and of course the opponent's now fixated on the northern move there. He then charges in with the other squad. Very nice. There, little neat diversion there. Go southern flank as well. Making very difficult Deimos set up his MB42 to stop this. He's not going for the Panzer of yet. Might be planning something else. Leon can actually go for another K1 he wants to. Could also just go for a bunch of T-34s and 6s and just rely on raw numbers. But he's coming to another K1. We got another Panzer on the way there for Deimos. There you go. Mortar on the Storm, which was on the way there. Deimos is back to bleeding out. We got 95 versus 479. Storms are close being wound up, but there you go. MB42 ace level to the rescue there. 19 kills for Das Vaterland. He's got plenty of manpower, so he could consider some support weapons. Maxims could be great. Mortars could be used. Another field gun could be nice. He could also build caches, but I definitely feel like Leon should be spending some of that manpower rather than just running about here versus his opponent. More engineers could also be a very good idea. Another burst for Mother Russia for Leon. Another injection of pure socialism to stop the fascist invader. Charging forward here with Molotovs and with Fury. Probably the troop are going to take quite a bit of that beating up close from the ace level conscript being just pushed to their very limits. Shocks of north here flanked by the MB42. Nice play there by Deimos. Again, flexible, fluid MB42 play is very crucial as the Wehrmacht, I feel. He would also, I think, possibly consider he might benefit from a mortar. Around the centre victory point with gun lead. Shocks there on the run. K1 setting out again. A lot of manpower there being floated by Leon. Might be a bit of indecision. Might be a bit of he can't quite decide once he wants to spend it all, but I do think he should be getting more stuff out. He should be getting out more troops or support weapons or something here versus Deimos. Why I'm just floating so much manpower without really doing anything with it. K1 going for the isolate gun with the escort there. Deimos needs to be careful not to extend and lose another unit here to Leon. Bit of a nasty hit there. More recruiting in front again, there might be part of the reason for part of the float, but even then, even when we assume that, having just 600 manpower floating about there still I think isn't particularly efficient there for Leon, and you know, there we go, it's got more infantry, we got conscripts. Caches though would be a nice hit. I really feel like support weapons would be helpful as well here for Leon. Right now the Deimos just sees any victory points or any points he can. I mean, he's got down to 50 here versus opponent's 47. He's just got a bleed going on now, but Deimos is still hanging on here on a precipice, and there you go, K1 engaging the Panzer IV. Direct hit there. Fresh Kranz goes out for Leon and the Soviet army. Healing reinforcement for Deimos to go for the medic bunker. Northeast Shock was running the Pioneers, going down there with PPS 841s. K1 there, Blue Moon. Again, no deep flank again here. Again, he's learned his lesson with ME42 here. He's not keen on running into it again. We'll of course have to see if he gets another fighting there. He'll do the same thing versus other players. But I'll wait. Nice deep flank. They can go for the victory points, can go for the fuel points. Katyusha on the way there for Leon. An interesting choice here now. I mean, could be quite effective though versus all of Leon Deimos' infantry and support weapons. Correctly timed and aimed. It could prove quite catastrophic there for Deimos. Again, he should be throwing out directly around the shock troopers instead of just right in front of them, because it makes it much harder for the Panzer IV to actually shoot them. Still, he got the points, so that's nice. We got 4 assault and hold to help with claim points. In the centre, the assault is stalling in the face of an MG42. And we got the stormtroopers counter-attacking there, close to the ace level, very nice. K1 heading northwards there, Panzer IV's already down to half health. That is not good there for Deimos. Stug on the way there, stronger shoots good. In the centre, engineers constantly there being annihilated here by German defenders. Shot bounty to get the K1 out of there before the anti-tank gun and field guns tear apart Leon's tank. Katyusha there is almost done. Heavy damage to the K1 heavy tank. And there you go, BM-13 Katyusha rocket truck at Leon to blast the fascists into the Stone Age. Sturmgeschütz 3 halfway done there for Deimos. No, he cancels it right before he can get it. A tragic lapse of judgment, but I'm guessing it's another Panzer IV here. More units on the way to help Leon repair stuff. Very good. Katyusha's just neat of a target. 50 versus 431. Shockman get the news team when they can. Their storms were ready to ambush to surprise anyone. They're also incredibly close to the ace level. Guessing he's going to try and bait them in, and then once they move past them, hit them with a tactical advance from behind. Or they get spotted and they have to do it anyway, so whatever they do. Smoke grenade off, very nice, then retreats. I think that's probably the right decision there once this little surprise was spoiled. They could have kept fighting, but they likely would have been wiped out against that many shock troopers. Sweeping northwards. K1 is good to go once more here. Well, more or less for Leon. Going to lose in a bit of trouble. They need to retreat soon. All the shocks, but they could quickly do a ton of damage on retreat there. Concentrating northwards here, flanking the northern ridge upon Fjord. We got the Panther on the move. We got the second Panther heading further northwards here for Deimos and Deutschland. Striking there, a few exposed countries up north. Sandbags being shattered. In the south here, punishment, but they got a conscript guarding that point. Katyusha is so far yet to reveal itself. I'm guessing here Leon wants to really sort of save it up for a good target. But we'll have to see how that works out. I mean, the more it spends time not shooting, I mean, the more the waste of resources does end up being for Leon, at least risk being in it. Okay, he's doing something with it. Got the Katyusha being held forward here by Leon. K1 there being flanked. Panther 4 there. That didn't quite work with the anti-tank grenade. Shock troopers and engineers lining up here. Need to get the K1 out of there. We can see, I think, like Leon is extending him as the German armor. He knows there's a Panther on the flank, so it means there's 2 Panthers plus his other anti-tanks to worry about. And he's diving in his K1 as steep as possible versus Deimos. That's a definite mistake here. That's going to be a total loss here. Katyusha's firing, hoping to take out some stuff here, but the anti-tanks are moving away. Now it's just the MD-42 there in the line of fire of the rockets, costing him the K1 without really achieving that much. And the Katyusha in the end really didn't get a lot killed either. But there you go. Engineers Shocks was playing from the south here. Could wipe out the MD-42 and steal it, but right now Leon is actually in a bit of a sticky spot again. Partly just the manpower float, but also that he just keeps throwing away his K1 tanks against Deimos. He's finally bringing out a field gun again. Finally beginning to expend more of his manpower. Trying to grab the 40 and possibly turn against Deimos' Panzer IV. 46 points left in the east. Shock was routed. In the south looks like someone were exterminated here by the Grenadiers. Bit unfortunate there. Unless you're Deimos, in which case that's pretty fortunate. Katyusha needs to get away before the Panzer IV stumbles upon it and, you know, fills it with very large holes. Sis-3 field gun ready here for Leon. Deimos are challenging the Panzer IV. We got anti-tank grenade off here though, trying to damage the Ying. Maybe make an easy target here with this 3 southern field wing cease as well. All 3 victory points back under control here of Deimos and the 7th Panzer Division. Valiantly moving forwards for the fatherland. Stormtroopers there hiding again. 28 kills, ace level. Leonson setting up. We got the figure on there ready. Will he attack into where expecting there to be most opposition? Will hit the south where there's least and just, you know, try and, you know, just hit him where his opponent isn't ready for it. And that would definitely be my suggestion. A head-on attack to try and just destroy Deimos' main force right now could prove to be, I think, a very silly idea here by Leon. But we'll have to see what it ends up with. When he's holding up the line, he might be trying to use those to murder the Katyusha. Panther moving in. There we go. Not the best barracks there. Lots of, you know, potential cover they could hide from and take minimal rocket damage there. Another deep flank here with the shock troopers. Panther IV continues a little roll here. 6 kills. 46 versus 325. Directed here from the Sis-3 field gun on the Panzerkampfwagen here, piercing its armor like a hot knife through butter. Back here, nothing further going on there for Deimos. Back here, Southern Victory Point being seized. We got 46 versus 310. Leon's armor preservation is certainly beginning to show a set of particular big flaws here. Need to add a pin machine and everything on that Panzer 4. Consequence under fire here from the Panzer 4 as well. Damage engine the Panzer 4 from the field gun. Panzer 4 going for the shock troopers, tearing into them with a violent murderous glee. And a third Panzer 4 on the way there for Deimos. The situation with Deimos is looking pretty stretched out here. China 92 versus 46. Another Panzer 4 on the way there for Deimos. No additional armor here for Leon. I mean, that's all these Panzer 4s. He probably should have considered SU-6s or SU-5s. I think SU-7s tend to get overlooked, but a pair of them could really do a lot of damage fast to these Panzer 4s. They had a match out for Deimos use, and plus again they could double as artillery, so they could also have a bit of flexibility there. Versus Deimos. Anyways. Panzer 4 flanking the Katyusha in a really bad spot. Oh no, he gets away, Close one. But does he get away? No! Oh no! Pathing there screwed over Leon. Panzer 4 those misses. Field gun in trouble, and he's trying to find last barrage here. Killed some of the gunneries, but now nothing. There you go. The Katyusha's down. Leon's field gun is down, and with that, I think Deimos has very much won this match with only 42 points left. A nice little turn here by Deimos, despite a strong early mid game here by Leon, sort of mid to late, though Leon kind of fell apart due to some weaker armor preservation there. Could also mind more, and I feel like his manpower usage there was also at times a bit suspiciously weak. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial 18. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.